Yeah, hello, and welcome to a small little kind of spotlight thingy, but since I got asked a couple of times last episode, well, not last episode, but the spotlight I did on the Portal mod, um, plenty of people asked how the heck I actually managed to install my mods. Now, I am actually going to show you how I install every single mod, and I tend to do that a lot. As you can see here, this is the program that I'm using. For example, this is the like 1.3.2 test world that I have because later on I want to start a let's play. But as you can see, I have a shit ton of mods in here, which is quite epic. Now, basically, I'm using this tool called MC Edit, MultiMC, I guess it's called. I'm sorry, which is quite the awesome tool actually. So, what you want to do to actually find it is just search MC. Wait. MultiMC, I'm sorry. So MultiMC, one word. And up here it's gonna get up, yeah, the Minecraft forums. You should hopefully get this link. If not, well, it'll be easy to find. So what you want to do is just click the download MultiMC, and you're gonna get presented with this fork.net web page. And all you want to do is download, choose which operating system you're on, and just click the one that you're on, basically easy peasy. And then you're gonna get presented with AdFly. Now I've actually added ad blocker just for this specific purpose because I don't want to show a bunch of ads in my videos that aren't supposed to be in there. And then just skip ad and you're gonna get this little download thingy. And I highly suggest you just make a folder with where you want to save all this, because when you download it and start running it, it's actually gonna like make a bunch of folders, and you kind of don't want to have that on your desktop. So yeah, I'm sorry, all the messages are in Swedish, but you're gonna have to live with it. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different error logs and things like that. So I just made a file in my this is basically games, the spel, that's games in Swedish, the Minecraft, the MultiMC, and as you can see here, I have a bunch of things, and then you just run this program or application, and it's gonna present you with a bunch of things. So next, what you want to do is once you've done that, you're gonna get presented with this without these icons, of course. And ooh, that's gonna be yeah, I can't really get it to update. I'm gonna have to reinstall this later. So how you use this program? You basically add a new instance, and what that's gonna do is actually make one of these. Now, when you add a new instance, I can actually do that. Let's just name this test one, like so. You're gonna get one of these, and as you can see, I have a bunch of them. So I'm gonna get this scroll bar. I'm gonna get this. You can actually right click it and change icon. So how about we do the dirt one, and you can have even like add icons, which is really cool, or icons, whatever, which is a really nice feature. Now, obviously, this is the part that you want to learn about, and that is actually adding the mods. So what you want to do is just click edit mods, really easy. Obviously, you have to run it once because obviously otherwise it wouldn't get all the thingies. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, and it shouldn't take that long. And meanwhile, I can actually open up um that. Let's just do this. Cool. So here is basically the folder where I'm storing all my mods. Now I suggest making a folder like this because here you can see my configs, which I'll get to in a minute, my core mods, my jar mods, mods that go in the mod folder, and things like that. Now, the way that you should like learn how to add mods and things is first, obviously, look on the forums, and it's gonna say how to add them. And most of the times, well, a bunch of times actually, they're gonna be Forge compatible. And what that means is you can actually add. Okay, so a quick explanation of Forge. That's basically what you use to make mods compatible. Now, not every single mod is compatible with Forge. But a bunch of them are, and mostly the big ones also, for example, Industrial Craft and all those cool things that are in Technic. So what you want to do is just look on the forum of Forge or look up a tutorial on YouTube and it's going to say where you want to add it. Now most of them are actually going to go into the jar folder. So there we go. I've just added the jar mods. Or no, wait, the Minecraft Forge. And how about we add that and let's add raised minimap. Optifine because I really like that. Let's add no, let's not add any more jar mods. Here are the core mods. Now what core mods are is basically a new feature in 1.3.2 which allows you to, I'm not certain, but it's a nice feature as long as I've heard, and basically a few mods, but mainly the coated chicken core and not enough items are supposed to go in there. So I suggest doing that, and then let's go back and add some other mods. Now I'll make sure that all of these are compatible. Now obviously I'm not going to go through how to make mods compatible if there are any conflicts, because sometimes there are going to be a couple of conflicts. For example, an ID conflict. Now if there is highly requested, I'm actually going to show you that. So type that in the comments and tell me, man, I really want to know how to fix that because errors and stuff. So there we go, I've actually added these mods. So if I press play, hopefully this is going to work as long as there aren't any errors. Now obviously, even though you use Forge, there can still be some, which is quite unfortunate. But that's just something you're going to have to live with. And a cool thing with this MultiMC is that it allows you to remove mods. Now that is probably the best feature of it. And also, of course, you can have multiple instances. For example, I could have one vanilla, one modded, and one test world, test save, or whatever, which is really nice. Now, yeah, I actually got an error, and that's, let me see here. Okay, so it's a bit of an error, but that's actually alright. How about we just remove a shit ton of them, because some of these mods aren't still in beta, but that's alright. I can actually remove this because I don't really need it. So there you go, that's how you actually add mods. And as you can see here in my modded one, which is the one that I have all the mods in, I've actually made some configs and stuff like that. So for example, if I wanted to remove a mod, I can just press it, click remove, and what that means is, because previously you weren't able to remove mods that easily because obviously you had to make a whole new one and stuff like that, and which is really annoying because you couldn't really get rid of mods. But what this MultiMC does is kind of backs up your jar file and other things like that. So no worries if you like install a mod and it didn't work and it crashed your thingy, you can just remove it with no problem at all, which is super cool. Um, let's see, have I missed anything? Yeah, you can actually go into settings and change up the allocation of memory, which is a really cool feature, and I highly recommend doing that. If you're running out of memory, and you can also do this, which is a really nice feature, which I really like because I record my videos in 720p, and I don't really want to make it full screen all the time because of maybe I have a window open, for example, a wiki of something, uh, and that just allows me to record in the same format that the window is actually in, and that's just a nice feature for me. And here I have a backup just in case of some small things which you don't really actually need, but it's quite nice to have there. I can actually go into my modded world and show you. See, as you can see here, because my resolution is, what is it, 1080, so it's gonna get a bit smaller than the whole screen. And yeah, I actually have my own texture pack, which is, if that is requested, I can actually give you it, but it isn't really something special. So as you can see, I've installed 35 mods, and that only took like a couple of, like a half a day or something, because of the only thing that actually took time was actually finding the mods. So I can go into my test world here, check things out. Um, Now obviously I've installed not enough items as well. Ooh. Oh, so I guess I have the portal gun installed. Oh, let's get rid of that. Yeah, I have a bunch of things. Oh no, come on now. Oh. Okay, so I kind of screwed that up. Oh well, that doesn't matter. So anyways, this is actually how I add all my mods. Now obviously I got this request for adding the portal gun mod, and what I only did was I added Minecraft Forge. Then I went into the mods folder and added portal gun. something something, which was in here. Let's see here. Yeah, portal gun. And I added those two, and everything just worked perfectly. So I highly recommend that you install MultiMC. Now, don't worry. Now, obviously, some of you are going to be like, wow, it's going to take my password. But, wait, MultiMC. As you can see here, if I get to it in a minute, they actually show the source code, which means that if you're some sort of coder or something, you can actually check if they're actually taking your thingies, which is quite awesome. So don't worry about that. It's been proved that it doesn't happen. So install this crap into a folder, then just make a shortcut. I'm gonna rename this so it doesn't say shortcut. So there you go. This is a spotlight of the MultiMC tool, and when I started using this, I just couldn't stop because this is an awesome thing. It allows me to add all the mods into my 1.3.2 world and do things like that, which is really cool without having to like, oh crap, it didn't work. Now I'm gonna have to remove that mod and make a whole new thing. So all I do is use that crap and it just works wonders. So I guess I'm gonna be signing off. So yeah, check back on next video and don't forget to watch my Technic single player series because that's awesome. So bye, I guess.